Welcome everybody. Today we're learning about how do we apply exponents in the industry. Today we will be talking also about about what exponents are, their properties, and what scientific notation is. For more detailed information, let's go with our host Jerry.
Hey everyone! We are here in Jerry's Budgeting Show with Santiago Vizcaya, the scientist and super guy!
Hey Jerry, so what are we going to present today?
We're going to present today exponents in practical way.
Okay, but first, what are exponents? Exponents, or exponential values, refer to the number of times a number or variable is used in a multiplication. As you can see, there's a 2 on top of the 2. This smaller 2 represents the exponential value. For example, let's say you have a garden that is 8 meters long and 8 meters wide. And you need to fill the inside of it with dirt. You could find the area by simply multiplying 8 times 8. But you could also simplify that by writing 8 to the power of 2, or 8 squared, which in turn would equal 64 squared meters. Another example that could be used in case you have a move over is to calculate the volume of a box that's 40 centimeters in width, 40 centimeters in length, and 40 centimeters in height. You could simply write 40 times 40 times 40. But why not go simpler? You could write 40 to the power of 3, or 40 cubed, which would be 64,000 cubic centimeters.
Oh, it's really simple actually.
Yes, it is, right?
Yeah, but it's just that? There's more? I wanna know.
Yes, there is actually a lot more.
Oh.
So exponents are also important because they help us write really long and complex equations in a simpler way. For example, let's say you work for a construction company and you're asked to build 3 buildings. You have to find the volume of each one. Instead of writing that long of an equation, you can write it simpler by having 20 to the power of 3 plus 25 to the power of 3 plus 30 to the power of 3. See how that is just so simpler? They also come in handy when looking at really small or large measurements.
Sounds interesting. But is that it?
No, that's not it.
Even more?
Yes. One of these properties is the fact that if a value is to the power of 0, it means that it's used 0 times in a multiplication, meaning it will be 1. So apples to the power of 0 would be 1 apple. So negative exponents mean the number of times a value is used in a division. Meaning that if 5 meters to the power of negative 2 would equal 1 meter divided by 5, which would in turn equal 0.04 meters. There are a few properties of exponents the audience needs to know about. The first one being that if you multiply a value with exponents by another, you will just have to add the 2 exponential values. For example, if you have a garden that is 4 by 4 meters, and you need to have 16, or 4 squared, pounds of dirt per square meter, what can you do? Like first, you obviously need to find the area. And you would do it standardly by multiplying 4 by 4. Then you have 4 by 4 by 4 to the power of 2, which could also be simplified as 4 to the power of 2 times 4 to the power of 2. Then you just add both exponential values to get a 4. So you could say that the result is 4 to the power of 4, which would be 256 pounds of dirt would be used.
Wait, but that's multiplication. What about division?
It's the same thing, just that instead of adding exponential values, you subtract them.
You heard it right, fools. Exponent is the easiest way to write numbers. Now use exponents every day. It's easy and very fun.
Wait, but don't get ahead of yourself. The title is Exponents in the Industry, and we haven't even talked about exponents in that context. So, next up, please welcome interviewer Javier, who's going to interview some of the great minds in the industry who use exponents in their everyday
Go to you, Javi.
Well, hello, we're here with a computer engineer who's gonna tell us how he uses exponents, specifically scientific notation.
First, we will tell you what scientific notation is. Scientific notation is when you multiply a really large or really small measurement by a power of 10. This really helps to simplify big or small numbers, and it is really important in the work of engineers, scientists, and many other members of the industry. So here, engineer Jerry is going to tell us how he uses this in his job.
Well, as this weird guy say, I'm a computer engineer, and we mostly use scientific notation in our work by, for example, to measure a microchip that is 0.0001, or in scientific notation that is easier, 1 times 10 to the power of -4.
Oh, that's very interesting, computer engineer. We come back to you, Jerry and Santi.
Oh, that's very interesting, Javi.
So now, that's one member in the industry. Now we're going to check how astrophysicists use scientific notation and exponents to help them in their daily lives. Over to you, Javi, again.
Bye.
So we are here with the astrophysicist Vizcaya, and he's gonna tell us how he uses exponents in his work.
So, let's say that, do we use exponents in astrophysics? Yes, we do. The most common and simple example would be to measure interplanetary distances. So, for example, here we have the Earth and here we have the Sun. The distance in between these two is of 150 million kilometers. When we make calculations using these really long numbers, it can sometimes be quite difficult. So instead of using these long numbers, we simplify it as simply 1.5 times 10 to the power of 8. And that's mainly how I use scientific notation.
Thank you, that was really interesting. And then we go back to you, Jerry and Santi.
And hi, welcome back, fools. This is our daily life program. What do we learn today? Well, I learned that exponents is way easy to use in real life. That the boring, long, and tedious numbers. I'm gonna use this every day.
So, we can not only use this in our daily life, but also if we want to have a big job in the industry, exponents are crucial. Then also, folks, use exponents. Embrace exponents. Scientific notation and exponents are the law. Do it now.
Yeah. Well, this was our program.
Back to you, Emiliano.
That would be it, friends. Start using exponents before others do. See you next time. Bye.